our hero. What would Malcolm say about today? Learning about Malcolm X means learning about the value of black nationalism. Learning about Malcolm X means learning about self-capital. Learning about Malcolm X means learning about self-love.
Happy Juneteenth, everyone. I hope by the time you see this, you continue to be well, both mentally and physically. Your existence is crucial to our survival and continuation. I wish everyone a glorious and a wonderful Juneteenth, celebrating our mythical freedom.
Ballad or the bullet. Summertime and the living ain't easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy is rich and your mama's good looking. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. I know times are hard now. Brothers are dying in the street. This thing ain't easy, but we can't be defeated. It's Minneapolis in every city in the States. It's a darn shame.
system. And so we have to overwhelm so that it's going to be really, really difficult to cheat us. We have got to get out there. We cannot accept. We need young people to get out and vote. And I don't mean go to the voting booths. Get your ballots. Vote. You have to vote. Your vote is so critical. It is so important. It is what is necessary in order for us to change what's happening to us now. Just think of what has, of all the things that Trump has turned around in less than 4 years. He has set us back so far. So that's why we need you to get out and vote. We need to reverse everything he has done to us. And trust me, it has been done to us, no matter what comes out of his mouth. If he can come into office and do executive orders, someone who is for the people can come into office and reverse every damage he has caused.
Census.
And what's equally as important is filling out the census. You all are tech savvy, you know, and if you have, grandparents or older parents, help them. Just go online, Census 2020, fill out this. It's equally as important. Census vote, census vote, census vote, census vote.
Malcolm X. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Born May 19th. Died February 21st. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Black nationalism. Buy your own. Build a throne. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Malcolm X. Born May 19th, 1925. He died February 21st, 1965. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Black nationalism. What would Malcolm say? El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. What would Malcolm say about today? What would Malcolm say about today? El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Malcolm X. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. What would Malcolm say about Brooklyn? What would Malcolm say about St. Paul? What would Malcolm say about Freddie Gray? What would Malcolm say about today? El-Hajj Malik Shabazz. Malcolm X. What would Malcolm say about today? El Hajj Malik Shabazz, born May 19th, 1925. He died February 21st, 1965. El Hajj Malik Shabazz. What would Malcolm say about today?
Learning about Shirley Chisholm is learning about a legend historically. Shirley Chisholm was born in 1924 in Brooklyn, New York. She was a child of immigrant parents. Her father was from British Guiana and her mother was from Barbados. At 5 years old, her parents sent her and her siblings to Barbados to live with their maternal grandmother. Shirley spent 5 years there, her early years of education, and then returned to Bedford Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. Shirley Chisholm was a politician, an educator, and an author. She was the first black woman elected to the U.S. Congress in 1968. In 1968, I was 9 years old. I remember Shirley Chisholm. I remember her walking through the streets of Bedford Stuyvesant. I remember the excitement that we had as young kids when we heard that Shirley Chisholm was coming to Bed-Stuy to talk to the people. It was awesome. Shirley Chisholm wrote a book. It was called Unbought and Unbossed, and that was her campaign slogan. In 1972, Shirley Chisholm was the first woman to run for a nomination of president of a major party. And she went down to the wire. She really did. And if it were up to her, she would have gone all the way. Shirley Chisholm was also, not only did we have this connection in Brooklyn, but she was also my soror. She was a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Proud member. Shirley Chisholm started out as an educator, and it was her working in Brooklyn Brownsville daycare center that introduced her to politics. And when Shirley Chisholm went into politics, she hired all women in her staff, and half of them were black women. She was also, prior to going into Congress, she was a member of the New York State Assembly, and she successfully got unemployment benefits for domestic workers. My mother was a domestic worker prior to becoming a nurse. And as you can imagine, the people who worked in that area, when they lost their jobs, to not be able to collect unemployment was devastating. So Shirley Chisholm impacted the lives of many disadvantaged and disenfranchised people. She also sponsored the SEEK program, which when she was in the New York State Assembly, is an education program, and what it did, it allowed individuals who were not yet ready for college to be able to go to college and take remediation courses. So it opened doors for many people who would never have had the opportunity to go on to college. She was a badass. And just think about the time. You know, this was the 1968, early 70s. She was making moves. Shirley Chisholm died in 2005. You'll edit that. Yep. Shirley.
What do you think Shirley Chisholm would say right now, today, with everything going on? You just talked about unemployment. You just to Brooklyn, so bring her now. Like channel her energy now. What would she say? How do you think she would process, or based on what you know about her, what you learned?
So I know Shirley Chisholm was all about those who did not have the power to obtain what they inherently deserved, just being human in this country. So in this day and time, I think that Shirley Chisholm, she would be flawed with what's going on, and that it's still going on. Yes, there has been progress made, but it's only been made for a few. It has not been made for the masses of our people. And at some point, I believe Shirley would have said, we're only as strong as our weakest link. So as long as we have people who cannot go to work every day and afford to pay rent and feed their children and buy the basic needs, we are not a great country. And until that happens, then we will be able to claim our greatness. Happy Juneteenth!
Be strong, y'all.